Shalom. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Shem Shai, Shem Kakadash. Giving double honor to our elders and apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone who will. Peace and salutations to the election. Pardon me. Shem Yamapa and Izamapa from the Great Millstone Plaintables Camp located here in the city of Philadelphia. Above all, I'm Almighty Might. From our lesson, or we lesson. Pardon me, I got about 2 articles at the time. Just hitting the state, the current state we're in this time in prophecy. And we got a tsunami of shutoffs. 1 in 6 U.S. homes are behind on power bills here in the United States, Babylon the Great. At least 20 million households are about 1 in 6 homes, American homes, are behind on their power bills as soaring electricity prices spark what is said to be the worst ever in late utility payment, according to Bloomberg, citing the data from the National Energy Assistance Director Association, which states electricity prices had increased significantly since 2020 after a decade of stagnation. Now, of course, I can mention, because of the pandemic, the pestilence outbreak, many people consume more energy due to more people being at home, more people being laid off or unemployed or actually working from home. And that has led towards, of course, up in energy, which from what they are claiming, of course, it's placing more, more pressure on the grid, and which, as we've been even told about, rolling blackouts in certain places. Okay. It says Nevada, this particular organization, which is National Energy Association, Assistance Director Association. The steep rise has resulted in billions of dollars in overdue power bills, and of course, you have it. December of 2019. You have it. Looks about over in billions, and this is past our total overdue utility balances. Could be possibly like 7 billion starting at 2019. But then, as of the 2020 December, and you have it, it went up damn near doubled, from or maybe a 7 billion to over 13 or so, 13, 14. Okay. And obviously most of it came during March, which March was, I believe, they gave officially the declaration of it being a pandemic. All right. This is the source. You can check it out on your own. Now, energy inflation is propelled by soaring costs, and this is what they're going to tell you, is the soaring costs of fossil fuels such as natural gas, coal, and petroleum. And you have it, U.S. Electricity Consumer Price Index for all urban customers. And you just see it going up. Alright. Check it out on your own. You got more charts. Electricity continued to rise to a blistering 30% year on year. Inflation bites U.S. customer indexes percent change from 1 year ago. Check it out. utility shutoffs have become more common across the U.S. as some lower tier households are thousands of dollars behind on their power bills. And I can even say, even most people lower income, they struggle to pay their bills on time, having a home. A lot of them have to use different energy assistant and programs to, help them just even have their actually electricity on in their homes and such. And I remember even at one point my mom had the energy off for a month in August. They didn't care. All right, so it says Jean Sue, a senior attorney at the Center of Biological Diversity, which tracks utility disconnection across the U.S., warned a tsunami of shutoffs as the highest inflation in 40 years eats away wages and has financially devastated the working poor. And that's exactly what you have, a working poor. With inflation, the de-dollarization, the devaluing of the dollar itself, and the lack of the wages that go with it, and most people are, they say they're crushed, and they got to deal with shutoffs. It says Adrian Nicole is one of the struggling American who has more than 3,000. Damn, just imagine that, just on power, on utility bill, leave it particularly electric. Last month, she received a final notice from a power company, Excel Energy, who turned off the electricity to her studio apartment. And she living just in an apartment in Minneapolis. It's not even a home. It says as temperature approached near triple digits. Wow, in the hundreds. And they turned it off. Okay. Scripture I'm thinking about. This is Revelation chapter 12 and 12. 12. Okay, a lot of you Jake gotta go to one of all things from your oppressor. I mean, you Israelite, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, you gotta go to your, and you Israelite foreigners as well, like unto the speckled bird that look like the other heathen nations, but it lineage go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which we try to spirit by the Spirit. Yeah, many of you gotta go to your oppressor for, or all of us gotta go to our oppressor for all things. Now your oppressor is not merciful. Alright, this is Revelation 12 and 12, and then in these times, the wrath is gonna just increase. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, both the inhabitants and of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, which is Esau, Edom, that's an actual person, accuser, slanderer, has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows to have a short time, and with, of course, his short time, he has agendas behind it, and we have, of course, a agenda to decrease the use of fossil fuels. All right, and for you to lessen your carbon footprint. So with that, these different punishments really, they're just gearing you up for worse times. Okay. Your oppressor is known to be trusted. Okay. They have the control of all the riches and the wealth of the earth. And they can easily just, have everything be for free, but they don't. Okay, that just reflects their interest for profit, riches, and such. This is in the book of James chapter 5 and 5. It says, ye have lived in pleasures on earth. This is to, of course, the rich men, the elite bankers, all right, which have control over all of this. Okay, It says you have been one time being undisciplined. Okay, definitely been undisciplined. Okay, having no limits, no ceiling. Okay. Meanwhile, people are with the burden of paying these astronomical costs on bills, and many people, all they're trying to do is either they're trying to stay cool, and or just pair different devices. Some people have homes in which are 100% electric, and apartments at 100% electric. So if you cut them off, they have no ability to really day things. Okay. But you have a $3,000 bill, but then you have to pay rent and the other utilities. How can one day that? That had to, of course, compound over time with the particular chick. But hey, where's the forgiveness? They still want their money. It says, "Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter." Okay, and as you have the nourishment of their mind. All right, just imagine how one has a particular cow, which a cow, which get all of this plumped up grain loads of the time, instead of being grass fed and grass finished, but at the end plump them up with some grain and nourish them up, which really, like I said, that's not even their natural diet. But just to plump them up for slaughter so they can yield what better profit. All right, well, they're of course, as the elite, they're pumping themselves up, obviously, because this is their time and they have a short time. If they have you taxing, of course, you're paying more to them, hey, and they enjoy in wickedness, hey, you're only, they only feel better. All right, ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. All right, ye have condemned and killed the just, the Israelites. Okay, and he doth not resist you. That's right. You got many Jake that actually look up to you. Even with that Stockholm syndrome, even with you oppressing them and keeping them down. Okay, they'll still seek to you. Oh well, hey, they gave me a break at one time. They may not even protest. They'll just accept it. And let's continue back to the article. It says found it near our niece. I'm not sure who this is. Nice found it nearly impossible to save money for utility expenses that have doubled over the past year as food, shelter, and gas prices have also skyrocketed. Her low-paying job as a house cleaner has left her in energy poverty. I just don't understand how electricity can be so high, she said. And this is in Babylon, the Great America. When you talk about other places such as Europe, bro, I've done wee videos on Survivor Lily, her showing it, and it's continuing to rise and expected to rise astronomically more over there. Hey, that's why you have many people in protest, and that's why there will be more upwards of the people. It says across the country, power companies reported in a surge of non-payment customers. Yeah, you have, even in UK, you have a protest for people to stop paying their bill, or paying, into this whole system. It says California's PG&E Corp said that there has been a 40% jump in the number of residential customers that are behind on payments since February 2020 intro, or pretty much pre-pandemic, so-called. New Jersey Public Service Enterprise Group said customers at least 90 days have risen 30% since March. People on bottom, they can't pay their electricity bills, said Wolf, Nevada's executive director. Readers know that low-tier customers are financially tapped out or submitted. They max out their credit cards, and that's what people try to do to combat that, depleting their savings, and even have seen wage gains wiped out due to inflation. Yeah, you get that raise, but that's only compensating for the inflation. The inflation wipes out it. Okay, so like at times prior where that dollar could have been a bit longer, could have stretched longer. Well, you go into a normal eatery, I've been to a eatery where I was able to eat. We get multiple platters of food, and for under $20. Now I can only get maybe one or two things. Remember the one time I got like two items, even just junk food, a pizza, and man, it could be like $15, depending on where you go. And that's for not even a large pie in certain cases. It says not even talk about the other things, chicken and all the other things too. Says it a gyro sandwich, $10. It's kind of like, there's times when you were able to eat for less. Now it's hard. You got to go. Many people are shopping even at bargain food stores. All right. But it says it comes at no surprise as U.S. is becoming more like Europe. So there we go. Everything is coming around full circle. Where energy poverty has doomed millions of households. It's only a matter of time before this particular administration, Biden, starts handing out stimmy checks for electricity bills, and that's only going to make this whole system worse, all right, to produce more so the quicker of the crash, all right. So that's pretty much the lesson. Let me see if I could get, I'll there's a scripture I'm thinking about. I think it's either Isaiah 25 or something like that, or we'll see where it's at, or 32 actually, pardon. And it's Isaiah chapter 32, and going on, and it says in 5, it says, the vile person shall no be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. Alright, and this can apply to E. Alright, and A. The scriptures talk about how this man is violent in the earth, and the spirit that's within him is not upright in him. Okay, this man is not charitable. Okay, so, and the vile person shall no more be called. And many times, this guy does great for the country and all that things. Esau, Edom as a whole, in the countries and wherever you been. Well, no more. He's not going to be seen as being liberal or really generous. Okay? Willing of a noble in mind and character, which, of course, a willing, ruler will be inclined to give. Okay? Especially to give to the poor. All right? Those are more misfortunate. And this man has made people, he's the being behind making people poor and in this impoverished state. So it's ridiculous. It says, for the vile person will speak villainly, and in his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord Yahweh, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he shall cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. Alright, so I'm going to leave it at that. Hey, it's a lot more, but we'll continue in a second lesson. I may cover that other other article. Shalom to the elect.